know it's true, and not just something I overheard. Nick Valentine is back in town. He was gone for a while. Some people who are totally not me thought that, well, they thought that he might be dead or destroyed or whatever. Anyway, glad you're back, even though we never really talked, like, ever.
Alright, let's get the show on the road. Enough of this touring.
Which I kind of think maybe Bob Crosby was, well, exaggerating.
So I think I'm going to rest until the morning here. Now this build is taking a lot longer than I normally would be taking on a build, and that's because I've been kind of stumped. And I really haven't had a lot of energy to be working on Fallout 4 builds. I've been kind of sapped of energy here the last 2 weeks basically. So when I'm sapped of energy, that means my creative drive is also sapped. I even find it extremely difficult to be working out at this time as well. So let's sleep and get to work. So we're at 6 times current the build limit. And obviously we're not going to be detailing the whole build unless Bethesda decides to give me 20 times the build limit, which I will never happen. So we're going to see if we can cap this off at 11 times the build limit. Most of the structure is pretty much already completed, with the exception of areas like this. I mean, I still have the roofs to do as well. So right now I'm just doing segment by segment. Obviously that goes into the ground, but unfortunately Fallout does not provide me with the landscaping retexturing, so I can't level out the ground, so not really a true architectural design build platform when you can't change or terraform the ground. Kind of silly that they don't have a ground leveling tool. And it's raining. Okay, that's fine. The elevators I will not hook up until the end of the build. So this is a detention cap, quite obviously. And it will make a lot more sense when I have more of the builds completed. So this whole left side is going to be pretty much the camp inhabitants, the guards. And all this over here would be the detention centers. So temporary housing, and then we'll get into the prison part here shortly. Alright, Ada, you're going to be a problem, so I'll just tell you to stay there. So right now, let's just waste some more of our build limit and put all these railings in. These will have to go in eventually, so... Now, one thing that I am saving on is I'm giving the SEO another chance here. Well, it's not really the SEO, this is part of Andrew's package. I did try the SEO and it really did not work very well on the PS5. So thankfully Andrew has something on his mod that I'm just using the power grid for. But yeah, the SEO really, the PS5 does not like it. So, and I will never be buying a computer anytime soon, or pretty much ever. One that can handle this. I just buy a computer that's basically good enough to go on the net, and that's it. Otherwise, my money cannot be spent on such foolish things. Well, we actually might extend that out, but that's fine. I might put a platform here, but I just want these in so I don't have to worry about the build bar anymore. Now the build bar is going up a little bit higher than normal, meaning that it fills up quicker than normal. So it's 6 times, but in actuality, compared to something like Grey Garden, I think it's more like 4.5 times. Certain areas will give you affect the build bar differently. Okay. I think, yeah, I don't really want to be putting much up here until I know what I'm going to be doing with it. And this is probably going to be closed off, actually. Okay. So I can probably do that right meow. See, this all needs support trim. Still. Do these two for right now, so I can put that in, put these back. Okay. Now the whole goal of this was to keep this open, but since these tracks aren't in use anyways, it's not really open, but at the same time it would be easy to get rid of all this stuff if we did need to open it up. So it's basically an old train station that was turned into an army fort / camp. Okay. This stuff needs support trim in. Is that kind of sucks, but I want to get this in though.
That was Personality by Johnny Mercer.
I do not like the fact that that's not touching. But it's not the biggest deal.
And now, a word or several from our sponsors. The Colonial Tap House wants to remind everyone that you are not welcome
the longer stairs in just because that railroad track is there.
Next up is,
You know, I wish I had a radio without the obnoxious talking in it. Oh, thank God. Listening to the same thing over and over again is making me want to... No. I think you get the idea of what it's making me want to do. Oh, fantastic. But not really fantastic now, is it? Now, you might be able to change that. Nope, we won't be able to change that. It's unfortunate. sucks. I do want easy access to that. I suppose I can put it. Perhaps I can put a door there. We don't need to clog that up so much. See, I have a general idea of what this is going to be, but I don't have a finite plan of what it is going to be, so I'm still figuring this out as I go. Now, I know how detention camps work, so I know what I would want my detention camp to be. So I'm just building a detention camp on how I would build a detention camp. That's a little bit better. Well, it doesn't necessarily have to be closed off. It is partitioned by these. Now, do I want to close that off? I still need to put doors in here. Still not 100% sure on what I do want to do with these. I have an idea. I should probably put some stairs in here. You know, I have a roommate that lives with me, in which I can hear him smashing on the ground, on the floor, while he's downstairs on the main floor. So normally you only hear people walking when they live upstairs. This person, I'm living upstairs, and I can hear him walk while he's downstairs. My God. I know it's hard to friggin' throw your 300-pound body around, but you might want to try to be a little bit more quiet for the sake of the people that live with you. No, I don't have a problem with people living those lives, but when their health choices affect other people, that's when I have a problem. Or sorry, when their lack of health choices affect other people. That's the proper terminology. Someone who never cleans the washroom, makes the biggest mess, poos on the floor and doesn't clean it up, and which I have to talk to my landlord about. His room smells like a period. Every time I walk by it, I have to close my nose, or cover my nose, pinch it. So it's just like, why am I paying rent again? Oh yeah, I don't have to pay rent, do I? Actually, no, I don't want that closed off. There we go. That's why I didn't want to put the trim in, because it's too close to this. That'll choke this off. Alright, let's put some doors in here. I need to bring this wall up because I'm going to be using this as support. Can we get that back in easily? Yes, we can. And in fact, we don't even need that one now. See, areas like this where we can cheat and get away with it, we need to cheat and get away with. Now, will it go in if I don't have it there? Then that's the question. Okay, so let's just leave that down there for now. So we need to bring this up. That's the thing, when I see people building in Fallout 4, I don't see very many people adhering to structural rules. Like, it's quite obvious that people building in Fallout 4 have never worked on a construction site before. Okay, so what I think we might have to do... We might have to try bringing that down. Not with the stairs there. Okay. There's this way I suppose I can do. Let's see if we can bring that up, which we should be able to. Okay, that means I'll have to shoot this over one more. And let's see now. Excellent. That's the thing. See, if I'm going to put more concrete up here to act as a doorway, then I'm going to need concrete supports. Because concrete and metal is quite obviously not a lightweight material. Let's put this back down here. So with this build as well, I won't be using any logic gates or anything fancy with wiring. Now the nice thing about using the power boxes is that I don't have to run a whole ton of wiring, although I still have to wire up my power doors. But I am using these things here, stolen power fuse box. So I don't actually have the SEO downloaded because it really interferes with the coding and it just makes my game freeze. So this seems to be working fine. I have 2 of those so far. But the good thing about them is that you still need to hook up the power doors. But as far as the powerless turrets go, you can't have those on PS5. You need a PC for that. If you have any gaming system, I don't know about Xbox. Xbox I'm sure is a little bit better, but PS5, you really have to be careful. And I have all my experience on PS5 and PS4. Now, I would have loved to have bought an Xbox, but as I said previously, I already had all the DLCs on my PSN account. Now, I'm not particularly a huge fan of PSN. I also didn't want to spend another X amount of money on Fallout. I really do not want to be giving Bethesda any more of my money. Their greed has run thin with me. I also have no idea why Todd Howard is putting his name on the new Fallout movie as him as the creator. I don't recall him creating Fallout. Was that not Interplay or Obsidian? Well, I know Obsidian was one of the later franchises. But that's like Disney saying that they're the creators of Star Wars just because they bought the franchise. So the people that they should be thanking is not Todd Howard. It should be the actual creators of Fallout. So why aren't their names on there? That's good for now. So that's our support for up above. So now we can... that means we might have to jet that out a little bit more. Let's just see what's going on here. We need to put these... to do that with this though. What in the bloody hell is going on here? Oh yes, indeed. I'm just not particularly a fan of people taking credit for something that they were not the original creators on. Money cannot buy everything. Certainly can't buy talent. Well, I mean it can. It can't buy talent for yourself is what I mean. Actually, what we need to do is, well, now, flub. So that's better. Yeah. I think that's all we'll have for that. Thing is, I can't get too crazy on putting platforms on here. I gotta be a little bit cognizant of how I'm using my build bars. It's sufficient, I suppose. Light. So that's one good thing about using the stolen power box. Is, well, it doesn't make very much sense, but at least it saves on wiring. And that's where I think a lot of my rendering issues comes from, is when I have, you know, 4 lines of power coming from the same area, like 4 wires going back and forth from the main control room. That's lined up or not. I Can't see crud. Alright. I am broadcasting for 28 minutes. We'll actually see if this goes through. Okay. I just need to get a feeling for this. I don't know how difficult it is going to be to get doors on these trains. There's all these modulars, like all these houses, I had to glitch the doors in, which flipping took forever. Because there's no level area around anywhere. And as I said, this silly little game doesn't have a ground leveling tool, so I can't change the ground. It's as if people don't have shovels in the freaking 24th century. Move dirt? What does that mean? How do I level out ground? Well, I'm not really surprised since people have a hard time doing it in real life too. I won't be able to get any of that in, so I'm just thinking, where's the vault doors? It's not industrial frames, pipes. That's industrial vault. Doors. They have all these stupid little silly things. I'm wondering if I can glitch that in. Okay, but for the time being, see, they don't really have any doors for this. It's like, why did you bother putting this in the USO if they don't have anything to put doors in here? I'm just not getting it. Am I missing something here? Doors would have been better than those barn doors. Those are quite massive, aren't they? Okay, I don't think that would make a lot of sense though here. Forgot about these. There's vault doors in here as well. I might have to glitch these in. That would work actually. Get these guys in here. Oh, I think that's the proper one that's supposed to go in. Okay, but unfortunately that's going to pop through the roof, is it not? It most certainly is. Thinking if I want to change these doors here with those large metal ones, probably have to beef up these pillars a little bit more. Totally forgot that those large doors were here. It's another thing. Whoever organized this USO, it's just like, oh, it makes my head just... it makes me freaking cringe. Like the fact that I forget where half the stuff is all the time. That right there tells me it's poorly organized. Now the thing is with that, I wouldn't mind it glitched in. I would like to see if I can get that glitched into here. Like it doesn't have to be, but I would like it to be. So what I'll do is I'll just get this in place right now. And then I'm going to try glitching it in a different area. So if I can't glitch it in, that was the best I can do with it. Okay, so let's just save that. I think I can still use this for glitching. Maybe not. Oh, I've never used that before. Oh, about 111, interesting. What's the thing? Why do they have elevators here? A vault elevator. But they don't have a vault elevator. That's the thing. I haven't seen a vault elevator ever. How does this work? £99 per square inch. 9,900. Okay, let's see what we can do with this. That's the thing, even if I put these sliding doors in, it's gonna jut out on the sides. Uh-oh. I'm getting minor rendering there. Already at 6.1. It's like, what's the point of having this in here exactly? I don't know. Even that would probably be better than some of the other ones. Huh. The only thing with this is that I would need to put 2 columns on either side. Unfortunately, I can't get rid of this, which is part of the old shed. So this isn't even going to work. I can't put anything on either side of the columns. I'm just wondering who designed all these. Whether it's an architect who's never built anything in their entire life, or whether it's a builder who doesn't know how to design anything. I don't really know, and I don't really care. So the identical on either side. You gotta pick a spot where we can glitch head right there, maybe. I'm not even sure that's gonna pick it up now. Okay, good. The glitching has been quite finicky lately. So that does work. Okay, fabulous. I'm just gonna make sure that we're even on both sides. Right. Right. There, a little bit left. There. Fantabulous. Okay, now I can deal with the jutting through the roof. Just can't believe we're getting glitching from that side already. I'll worry about those later if I need to change them. Just want to see how much that's jutting out. Whether it's tolerable or not. Oh, I really don't have a choice, do I? Oh, it's fine. I'm sure the only one that's going to notice that is me anyways. Now, usually I have the stairs here, but I had to move it over just so I can glitch stuff in. Oh, so that means we can actually take this door from up here. It's going to be nasty. We're getting glitching over here already. Like that door. It won't glitch while I'm zoomed in on it, but I think that's just because there's so much stuff behind it. So I think with this build, what we're going to do is get all the lighting in, get all the structure in, and just get basic things in. But as far as furniture and crap like that goes, I'm going to have to keep that down to a minimum. We're getting glitching over here. It isn't horrible, but I certainly notice it. Right, this is horrible that it's glitching at 6 times. Like my PS4 Slim, I can literally build to 20 times the build limit. And I would get very few rendering issues. Sure, the frames would be kind of crappy. But you know what? I'm willing to sacrifice 15 frames per second if I get an extra 3 builds out of it. 3 build bars out of it. Yes, I would love to see people build how I build on the restraints that I'm restrained to. And people can smack their mouths. I'm not sure how well. Yeah, that's not going to go in. Oh, maybe it will. What's the thing? The carpet's beneath the door. Okay, good. There goes our carpet. I just gonna have to deal with that. Sorry, do you want another 2 there? I'm gonna have to put another switch over here somewhere. Trying to keep the wiring down to a minimum. Making areas here I can't really help it. But yeah, the self-power objects and the PS5 do not work well together. I can't even use the turret pack, for God's sakes. Which I never had a problem on my PS4 Pro, but now it's just a complete gone show at the PS5.
Need to get back to Diamond City one of these days. Biggest town I ever saw.
You need to get back to work. Now. Back to work. Atta girl. Atta girl. We're getting glitching over here. So if I do have a next build after this one, it'll probably be a smaller build. That's the thing with the detention center. I really cannot be going small with it. Make sure I can glitch in first on the flat ground. There we go. We lost our rug again. F. That's fine. For over here. See if we can get a rug underneath it. It's gonna go in the ground again. Yep. Okay, now that even though this works, I really do not want to be having rugs wherever they feel like going. Side. I usually don't get it where it's just the rug, which kind of makes this a little bit more difficult. It's pretty even. There's a little bit more left. There we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. Well, that's a load. And that's why we save constantly, so we only lose about 5 minutes of work. Let's see how much I lost here. So just those two. Okay. This is the exact reason why we save. Also the reason why I'm not a big fan of live streaming while I build. I find that it really interrupts my creative process. It's the same thing when I used to film while I was doing my land art projects. It was a huge distraction, which is why I despise doing it. I have to set up the camera here, I have to set it up over there, I have to set it up here. It's just a constant fight. And when you're doing that, you can't concentrate on what you're supposed to be concentrating, which is the actual build that you're doing. But people always feel the need to film. Film, film, film. Gotta show everyone what I'm doing. Film, film, film. Well, that's higher, that's why. Scheiße. I think we're going to be losing our rug again. Flub. Like, you just can't have a single effing area that's fucking flat, can you? Ah, this fucking game. This time we'll save it again. And we'll do a hard save. Grey garden, there you go. Make sure I'm not going into grey gardens. This is the second time I've built at Oberland. First one was about a quarter of the size. That one was vanilla, if I do remember correctly. Well, I know I do, since I watched some of the video yesterday. Okay, so we need one more for the other side, then we're gonna have to see what we want to do with that other area. rather have them both highlighted than just the rug. So I need to be able to see the outline of this better. Alright, now this is where we were about 5 minutes ago. Left, make sure it's equidistance, push it in, sure, and we lost our rug again. That's fine, I guess. Okay. So this little area I can make into something. I think I have an idea of what I want that to be. So in case we didn't save it, let's do it again. Probably gonna end up putting another switch in here. So let's take a look at that exit door. Which will be here, exit door. Right there. So we'll proceed to glitch this one in. If you can find a nice flat area. We're gonna lose our flippin' rug again. F. That's really pissing me off. Yeah, I do not want rogue rugs throughout my build. We'll go in and we will be able to retrieve our rug. Thusly. Okay, that's not going to want to go in because of that. I'll go down here. We can get it to work. Make sure those are equidistance. Yep. Grab a rug. Excellent. Okay. I'm just not overly keen about putting... Wow, 6 doors. That's a total of 12 doors. Not sure how much that's going to eat up on building space, especially if I'm getting, see those rendering? That'll be able to, no. Like it's not horrible yet, but now it's just going to compound. I still need to put doors on those modulars as well. You know, which isn't a big deal. I don't mind spending the time, but when I'm restrained to my build bar, it's a little bit infuriating to me. Let's get inside the workshop before we're screwed. Let's do that. Oh, let's not do that. That's the thing, I don't want you to be clicking in. There we go. Okay, we can still grab our rug. Hold on a second. So those ones are larger, are they not? Yes, they are. So maybe with these. Okay, let's hold out on putting it on those ones. So let's do this one here. Those doorways look smaller. Can't really tell with this thing here, but we will be able to tell momentarily. Yeah, that's horrible. It's way too far out. Okay, yeah, these are smaller. Okay, so we can make different doors for that. But I won't be able to glitch in one for this. Let's just save it in case I screwed up. Well, this is going to be a courtyard too that I wouldn't mind dressing up. See, I also need to treat this area as a human processing area. Well, not this side. The other side's going to be the human processing. Should be above it. I don't know if I want to be that close, but okay. Suppose that works. The problem with going too close is that I won't be able to judge it as well. This time we're going to have to take a little bit more time so we don't screw up. Looks like it should be good, just a little bit further over. Okay. Out of there. Oh, thank God. Rogue, yes, that's 7. Fabuloso. Excellent. Okay, I can get those on my time, not on stream time. So now what I want to do is see what it's going to take to get these doors in. This one's already in here, if I can find it. Oh wow, it won't even let me. That's nice, eh? Won't even let me go onto it. Yeah, why won't it let me? Fucking garbage game. Okay, these stairs I don't believe are gonna be here. Just helping me get up to the guard post area. It's gonna be like an observation deck. Kinda sucks that I won't be able to put anything there. So we want vault doors under structure. See, that's the thing, that they have vault doors, but then yet the vault doors that are in here aren't under there. That's what I mean by very, very, very poor organizational skills. Let's see how that would work. It doesn't really fit, does it? I mean, I guess I could get that to work. I'm not a big fan of that, but I really don't have a choice, do I? And that would lock them in here. That is a window room. How many windows do you see do that? God almighty. I think I'm just gonna have to get used to people being incompetent. Well, that's gonna be impossible to get there without me glitching it in. So I'm not a big fan of that. Like that would need to cover that up. Right there. I mean, I guess it's still plausible. Okay, let's see what other doors we got here. The only other one I can think of is a no snap. Of course that's not going to work. That's probably our best bet, to be honest with you. Yes. I think that's what we're gonna go with. Yep. That makes the most sense. Like, it would be nice to have that, but... Like, what's this sliding against? Where are the rails for the sliders? There aren't any. I mean, really, they both are decent. I think we're gonna opt for that. That wouldn't fit a modular anyways. Modular is probably made out of fiberglass, I would assume. Fiberglass resin. Fiberglass and resin. So there's no way that it would be able to support a bulkhead like that anyways. What am I doing in wood now? How did it get to wood? I don't recall going to the wood menu. These as well, which of course don't fit in nicely. Right here. Is there two of them? No, there isn't. Oh, I don't get it. Okay, there's the hinges. I thought the hinges are on the right side. That's our best bet. I'll probably suck it in a bit more. Oh, but then again, that's good. Okay, I just want to save this. I need to see if I can get those bulkhead windows in. By the same token, I'm not very keen on it. Like, what the heck is this supposed to be? Since when does glass work like that? Did they score it before they did that, or...? Why must I be surrounded by incompetent people? Again, I'm in wood. Fabulous, something that worked out finally. Good. Good. Unfortunately, we're gonna have to go back to our glitching area because we don't have any more glitching room. Also go near the docks, but that's kind of iffy. So I just want to try this with the window. I don't think I'm gonna do it because I would have to put 2 windows in per capsule, which would equal 12 windows. I'm not overly keen on that. Oh, another thing I can do with the railing too, since I don't have the platforms, I can put those long railings in and save up on half the railing. But let's try that for later. That's what we're doing. We were doing this, I do recall. See, I don't know what windows are doing under doors, but yeah, okay. I guess we'll go with that. That should work since we have the warehouse foundation. Excellent. Okay, let's back up a bit because that's going to suck in towards us again. Yeah, it's not bad. So again, we'll see how we can glitch this first on this ground. Okay, again, I don't understand what the effing point is of having this when I can only put it there. And then we can't put it anywhere else. So what I'm really going to have to do is measure how... Must be nice to be able to use swap a place anywhere, eh? It's not going to be high enough, is it? Yeah, I'll probably have to get another measuring stick out because I know for a fact it's not going to line up. That might line up, but I don't. That's the thing, I can't adjust this at all. Well, now I can. What the Jesus Christ. Just like real life, no consistency. Huh. Well, it works. That's the thing, I glitched this mirror in, but this was a pain in the butt to get in. So which guard post is she at? That's another thing you have to be wary of. When you have guard posts like this close together, they all clump together as one. Oh, she might be up there. See, I only have one settler here, but all these count as one for some odd reason. I should probably save it. Well, so I do quite fancy that. Oh yeah, this stuff I can get in later. I do like that a lot, actually. It's the only crappy thing. We'll have to put it on that side as well. What does it look like on the inside? Yeah. Yeah, that's not bad. Problem is I can still... now it's hitting it. There we go. The vault glass is the only glass that's bulletproof in this. Okay. Let's just do a rendering check on the outside. As far as those doors can go, I can do that while I'm not live streaming. I'm just doing this to give you all an update and to have a record of my build. Still a lot of stuff that I need to add to this front. Those doors I might end up changing with the metal doors, but we will have to see about that. The rendering's still pretty decent. The thing about this being spread out is that it doesn't have to render anything down by the lake. And I keep the turrets to a minimum as well. That looks pretty cool. I'm gonna have to see if I can put a light behind here. I'll be able to do that right now. power armor. I want to see if I can put a light, because I want something to shine through there. The pentagram, which represents earth, fire, water, and air, and the fifth would represent spirit. That's what the pentagram means. Now, I want to see if I can get away with using one of these. Let's go with the red. On. Perhaps it'll shine through more when it's dark. My character certainly isn't a high jumpist. That's quite lovely. Still need some lighting for those. Red lighting. So I'll see if I can do live streams per build bar. So I find that I can concentrate a lot better when I'm not streaming. Try to also get a good screenshot. Rendering's still good. Quite lovely. I'm stuck. Now, you all might think this is really big, but it really isn't. It's very small for me. Okay, I want to rest because I want to get a screenshot. Looks like I need to buy a new fan for my PC as well. This is now pooched. I know for the fact that there's a crap ton of malware on it as well. Like when my Windows goes to the, whatchamacallit, the script in Windows, I forget what it's called. When that pops up, I know immediately that someone's on there. Which I really don't care. If people are that desperate to spy on me, be my guest. I think that should be a good screenshot. What time is it? AM. Okay. change these stairs afterward once I'm done glitching everything in. Let's try glitching in another window. Alright, so vault doors, structures. Vault doors. Ah, merde. It's gonna jump towards us. I'll have to pick another spot to manipulate this. I guess this is giving me false readings doing it there. Alright. Good. This is going to be finicky. Yeah, so finicky that I'm going to have to do that one later. Let's pick an easier spot to do this. Oh, crud. Okay. Let's go re-grab that and grab it closer. This is stuff that I should have done beforehand, but I wasn't quite sure what I was going to do with those capsules. Okay, so that'll pop in towards us. It's a little too close. Excellent. Almost excellent. Yeah, let's do that one later. Do that one later. Okay. Make sure that's popping out at the same time. And then there's that one side. Even out the right side. Pop out to the left. It's very hard to control this cursor. There's so much dead space in this controller. There we go. Let's add another one. Since we are here, let's get the door in. Which is under no snap. Our lighthouse door. Which is the only one that really makes sense for this particular build. It's not even. So when I do go to decorate these, I will probably only decorate one and leave the rest somewhat empty. There we go. What we can do is put some lights in them. that not getting power from there? Interesting. I guess we'll line it up with the entranceway. What's this one? Might as well name this right now. This is not where it's going to be going. I'm sure you all watched or read George Orwell's book, 1984, and his name actually isn't George Orwell, it's Eric Klein. He chose the name George Orwell to protect his family, but his real name is actually Eric Klein, who was a student of Huxley, Brave New World. So Eric Klein, aka George Orwell, and his teacher, Huxley, both had different views on what the future was going to be. I'm going to be changing these. They're not going to be going exactly here, but would I have Eurasia, Ingsoc, and this would be South Asia. Pretty sure that's the right spelling for these. It's been a while since I've delved in that book. There we go. Probably save it now. Followed by a hard save. I'm gonna have to buy another USB stick to get all these saves on, since I do not want to contaminate my other USB stick, because I want to keep those original saves. And unfortunately with Fallout 4 you can't rename any of the save files, or pick and choose what saves you want on there. Now again, these stairs are going to be moved, because this is all going to be contained in here. Alright, some more doors. The hardest part of this build was for sure getting the layout done. Now that it's all done, this is the easy part. Okay, good. Just thinking that light was interfering with how I was going to get this in. Maybe suck it in a bit more. Yeah, that's good. Okay. Very hard to do fine movements with this controller. I certainly prefer a mouse. That's the thing with the controller, you're only controlling the controller with your thumb. With the mouse, you use your entire hand. So you have much more control using a mouse than you do with a controller. Now those are all in. Okay. Let's see if we can light up in socket a bit here. Those are all in. Why isn't that hooked up? It's not getting any power. Pourquoi? Oh yeah, is that? So now it's getting any power. Oh, that is horribly offline. Okay. I think I might have screwed it up while I was moving this crud around. Yep. Okay. Oh, scheiße. Does it already have a switch? The switch should be on that side. Right? Yeah, maybe not. I was gonna line it up properly. I'll need to do a glitch because I don't feel like putting any conduit in. Right now. And right there. And let's unclick that. There we go. Cover that. Excellent. So now we have... Oh, we need that glitched in because that's main power. So in fact... Did I glitch that in already? Indeed I did. Okay, good. Okay, that now has power. Good. Fabulous. Let's save it in case I screw up again. That's good for now. See if I can support those stairs with some reinforcement here. Need to carry that to ground if we can. Ground's going to be right in the middle of the doorway. Alright, we'll just be happy with that. Alright, that's sufficient for now. I don't want to spend a lot of time in here. Now, even though I'm cheating and using these fuse boxes, I am going to have to find an actual power room. I want my builds to make sense. Now, we don't want to put power where our water is, just in case of a flood. So we can no longer use this room. I don't particularly want to be using this room either. That really doesn't need to be a power door, does it? Well, it is on the opposite side of the barricades. So power is going to have to go here somewhere, it looks like. This would probably be a good spot for power. So I'd be putting this in more for show than anything. Kinda sucks, doesn't it? Could do that. So let's see if this will hook up with anything. Nope. Okay, so that can be our power room. This is unfortunate. That gives us some support for our roof as well. And talking about support, this needs to be beefed up a little bit more. This is one going to be not very. Interesting. That kind of sucks. Good. Good. That's better. Have that gap to fill in. So you can worry about that later. Let's see what we're gonna do with our workshop area. Nothing's gonna want to fit in there. It's extremely unfortunate. The only other thing I can think of. Yeah. It's unfortunate that they had to put that there. That's good for the interim. Let's put a support back. I'm gonna have to push this build to at least 11 times. But I certainly will not be completing the whole thing. Oh, there's a crap ton of work to do still. It'd be nice to close that off, but I don't think it really can. Looks 100 times better now. Well, excellent. Oh, yes. Crud. Okay, I want to save this. I really want to see if I can get that in. But in case I don't, let's save it. Just need to move this off to the side. Let it go back in. Not well, not well. Okay, good. So we know we can go back in now. What I might have to do is this. I have another one. It's so finicky. There we go. Beautiful. Let's do a hard save as well. Side. go visit Grey Garden. Should be popping up shortly. Once we get to the bridge. There it is. Get into heavy rendering issues here near the end of the bridge. It's loading. And there we go. Working hard. To check periodically up on these to make sure that they're not missing any data. As I did that to Taffington where I have an entire corner piece missing. So thankfully, I only have one save of those, but I do have saves of it on my USB stick, which is why I don't want to overwrite them with the save files on here. Excellent. It would be nice to get over the entirety of the Commonwealth done, but I'm not sure if I'm going to have enough time to do that before the world goes into mass chaos. This was most certainly a fun build.
Damn raiders hit us hard.
What'd you say? Yes, excellent. Toasty. I can tell all my cadavers are gone.
Yes.
How you doing?
I'd like to
Been there
trade
for a
some
while.
items. Go ahead.
Oh, the cadavers are gone. Let's see what Kingsport is doing. How large did I cap off Kingsport? I think Kingsport is at 12 times. Oh. And this is a little bit larger than Oberland. The cycling nights, is it cycling? Yeah, it's cycling, good. There's a lot of routes that I can take here, so let's take this one. Actually, I want to be going down
Out
here.
You gotta take things one day at a time.
I used up a lot of wiring in this build. It's still rendering alright. For the most part. Yeah, let's go and render now. This is probably the most difficult build I've built to date. This one was a real pain in the butt. But also one of the most rewarding builds. Lots of fun. Alright. Let's see how 10 Pines is doing. Yeah. This is 12 and a half times. That I do remember. Each one of these towers is a suite. Got a guard
Aren't that
here.
much, but it's something. You know what I call a good day? One that ends without an empty stomach.
Hi, how are you?
This is a fun build. I have to say I like this one much better than my original temple that I built in the PS4 Pro. This is Todd's sanctuary. This is where Todd Howard comes and prays to Baphomet himself. Oh, Baphomet, please let me win the prize at the Game Awards this year. Oh, please, Baphomet, I will sacrifice many, many people for you. I love this build.
You ain't one of them synths here to spy on me.
Absolutely fabulous. I don't have any support from there. That's when I started getting rendering issues. These elevators are a nightmare to get in. I had to completely revamp everything. Now this should go to 2 floors. Is that 2? No, that's right, one's down below. Oh, yes. I do not want to set off the fireworks because there's a good chance that it will freeze during the live stream. Yes, this does go down the hill. Okay, good. There should be support trim on here as well. This one renders pretty decent, just in certain areas. Certainly a favorite build of mine. Where's Abernathy? No, there's someone at the post. Good. Another one of my favorite builds. I think this is around 12 times as well. I don't remember. This one is a little bit fussy on the rendering, unfortunately. I think it's gotten worse, to be quite honest with you.
I'm just so hungry all the time.
It's okay, you need to be fasting. Yeah, look at how much I wasted on wiring on these. That connected to a solid foundation. Even though my first time at Abernathy is a lot more detailed, I do prefer this build over the original one. This one took a lot of hours to complete. Did I forget to put leg? Get on her. What's nice about the new build is that I won't be wasting a lot on wiring. Look at all that wiring. And it does actually make sense. Just a biatch to troubleshoot. Then I have to trace back all the wiring. Thankfully the troubleshooting has already been done. This one's extremely intricate. Go down again. Just remember. Oh, no, not supposed to have a railing there.
I wonder how long my systems will endure these rugged conditions.
Bertha's still there? I hear her. Come on, Clarabelle. There she is, darling. Hello. You can stand there. Yes, indeed. Let us check up on the castle. I have to be very careful not to press any of the switches on this, otherwise it will most certainly freeze. I have to go back to an older save file in order to work the switches on here. Oh, hello there, Ada. Oh, it looks so much better with the summer. I didn't notice that until now. I don't want to turn any of those turrets on.
Yeah.
This is a big build. Oh, that's the wrong one. That's okay. I really had to cut back on the structure. I only have about 50% of the structure. I wanted 5 of these here, those large towers, which I was not able to do. So in a frantic last-ditch effort to save the build, I had to put these artillery pieces here. That's where we start getting into rendering issues, is on this side. Excellent. None of this is even detailed. If they really need to give me 25 times the build limit with no rendering issues, then I can actually finish a build for once. I wanted there to be at least 4 harbors, which of course I wasn't able to do, unfortunately. Oh yeah, the green grass really adds to it. Mucho better. And oddly enough, this is not near the size of my original castle that I built in the PS4 Slim. That was about 20 times the build limit. I was able to fit a lot more in there. But it still turned out decent. I'm not happy with it, but I'm content with it, let's put it that way.
Everything seems to be proceeding according to plan, sir.
I had to carry the support all the way up to the top, which is why these, well, actually that should be walled off too. What happened to these? Oh, I think that glitched out actually. What's the main entranceway? Seems like a while since I've done this build, but it's only actually been a couple months.
Perhaps next time we should scout for a safer way down.
Oh, that's locked, isn't it? Yeah, if I use that switch, it'll freeze for sure. grass is beautiful. I could not do very much with the courtyard here, unfortunately. Goes up. I do admit my first build is better designed though. That's because I was able to spend 300 hours on it. Well, more like 500 hours, but yeah. Lots of washrooms. We want our residents to be nice and clean and have daily showers, because we do not tolerate body odor here at our build. Okay. And see where Taffington is there. So what did I do again? Castle, Taffington, Kingsport, Abernathy, 10 Pines, Grey Garden. Now I'm working on Oberland. Okay. Oh, much better with the grass. This one has huge rendering issues on the outside. Quite obviously, because these are double walled. So this building alone is sucking up so much processing power. I'm wondering, do these elevators work now? Before they glitched out on me. They do work. Great. I'm not getting power here. Oh no, yeah. Glitched out. I see that entire chunk is missing. I have to revert back to an old file to get that back. Obviously can decorate anything in here. Yeah, that entire chunk is missing. It's probably about an entire build bar and a half that's missing. So I have to load that up in an old file. These tap boats really sucked up a lot of processing power in build bar. Everything is interconnected, which I quite thoroughly enjoy. That way, this way. I didn't bother fixing up the house, just because I knew how big this build was going to be. That entire chunk is missing. It's kind of funny. That rendered out too. This is massively long. And again, these are all double walled. Hopefully it doesn't freeze. Taking a while. Double walled. It's because I wanted a particular look on the inside and a particular look on the outside. And also, if it's going to be vaulted up, then you need double door or double walls like this. Actually, I'd want to quadruple or quintuple them up for maximum protection, but I don't have 25 times the build limit in order to do so. And I did want to build the entire wasteland into a massive super metropolis, but I don't have a computer that can go 1,000 times the build limit, and Fallout London already beat me to that. So, and that's something that I would have wanted to undertake myself. I don't need to hire artists, and I don't need to hire engineers. I can do that all myself. However, I no longer have 4 years of staying at home and doing these builds, which I did have from 2020 to now, but that time is now gone, and it will never come back. It's time that I could have spent on this. Get him, Ada. Oh, you little shiza. Get him, Ada. Surrendering. Let's get over there. Alright, let's go back to Oberland, shall we? Walk there from Grey Garden. Ow! To fix that fast travel on that. This one's capped at 7.1. It's actually one of my smallest builds, oddly enough. It only looks big because of the terrain and the double overpass. Lots of steel supports, because everything needs to be supported properly. My Slog Stronghold used a crap ton of steel supports. That one was done in the PS4 Slim. I have that under my videos. That's 17 times the build limit, and would only load on the PS4 Slim. It would freeze automatically on the PS4 Pro. As well as my castle, they would both freeze immediately. That's why I kind of wish I had my Slim still. I could build a lot bigger on that. Alright, let's go back to Oberland. I don't remember this bridge being in the PS4 version of this. Excellent. My next mega build. Alright, well I think I'm going to cap it at that. Let's just leave it here because I need a good screenshot. That's right there. Excellent. Well, thanks for joining. But I have to go. And I will do an update when I am 7 times the build limit.